breakfast every day. And she be killing us every morning. And I'll be listening to her on the way to work while I'm at work. I can't really focus until she's done work cooking because she be saying some stuff, make you get up and get out your chair. So take heed to the message. Let's make sure we support her and go and subscribe to her content because she's doing an amazing, amazing job over there. I appreciate you.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We need to start learning how to tell our men what we would like, what we need in a marriage. Because if you don't tell your man what you need in a marriage, this creates chaos. I always tell people on my channel, you got to learn how to talk to your husband.
One and only, take heed to the message.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means Queen Baby. How y'all doing this morning? So I want to touch base on something because a content creator that I follow, a content creator that I look at as a brother to me, Real Bravado Network. Okay, shout out to that brother. He had said something to me yesterday, and I'm like, I'm gonna tap in on it. So this is what we're gonna be talking about today. Okay. Do you know how to communicate with your husband? It's not just love making, baby. Do you know how to communicate with your husband? Good morning, Mr. Goodbread. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. Amin Eyes, how you doing? It's good to see you, baby. Melania, how are you? It's good to see you. Tracy, baby, I miss you, honey. How are you? It's good to see you. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen, honey. Tracy said, been working. Only here for a minute. I miss y'all. I miss you too, baby. Enjoy your day at work, honey. Enjoy your day at work, baby. Make that money. You hear me? Make that money. Good morning, Black Honey. How are you? I miss you too, Tracy. Now, Mr. Goodbread said nonverbal communication is at a time low, is at an all-time low. He's right. He's correct. In a marriage, he is correct. This is true. Hey, Isaiah, how are you? It's good to see you. Take heed to the message. Hey, mama. All right, how you doing, baby? So Black Honey said, just got off. We'll catch the replay if I fall asleep. No problem, honey. Get you some rest. I understand. So we about to get into this foolery, okay? We about to get into this foolery. Let me repeat the title one more time. Do you know how to communicate with your husband? Now, I want to share something with you. A lot of things happen in a marriage, okay? I know a lot of content creators will tell you all the evil things of a marriage, but there are good times as well, okay? There are good times as well. You just have to understand the assignment and work together. Always remember that you and him are one. My sisters, I want you to understand this message. Always remember that you and him are one. Okay? Always remember that. If you always remember that, you can't go wrong. So let's go into it. Okay, let's go into it. Yesterday I was ranting about side chicks yesterday. But side chicks also come in a marriage too when you don't know how to talk to your husband. when you don't know how to be kind and caring, when you don't know how to give him affirmations, when you don't know how to be affectionate, hug, when you don't know how to be in servitude. Servitude meaning like learning how to pick up his plate when he's done. Have that interaction with your husband. I've been married 16 years and I still pick up my husband's plate. I still clean up after him. Okay. Now, am I saying I'm perfect at it? I got to argue with him a little bit, to let him know. Don't just leave everything around. I tell him, I ain't your servant. And he look at me. He said, no, you my queen. You not my servant. I tell him, I said, okay, so why am I picking up everything? He start laughing. He tell me, girl, get over here. He hugged me and everything like that. So it's an interaction between us. That's how we do. So I do my little bit complaining. He do his little bit complaining, and we meet together. We meet together. Somebody expressed something to me yesterday, and they said to me, they said, take heed. You've been married to your husband for 16 years. I said, yes. And I aggravate him all the time. He said, no, it can't be because your husband he's still there. He's still there. Now, I call it aggravating him. But when you talk to my husband, he don't see it like that. He doesn't. I aggravate him. I bite him. I mess with him. I lay on him. I'll sit in his lap. I do all those things. I'm thinking it's aggravation, but my king likes it. You see, I'm thinking I'm aggravating him, but he likes it because it's an interaction between us both. Okay. So not just the fresh parts, okay, of having that sexual healing, but that affectionate touch also. And the affirmations, the way you talk to him, the way you be kind to him. Just because he's giving you a correction, right? It doesn't mean you have to dig up something from 3 weeks ago where you did not address this when it was 3 weeks ago. You wait until you get into a heated argument and address it. It doesn't make sense. Or when he's giving you a correction. So now you're ready to bring up his past or anything that happened to him in his past that he told you. You ready to decimate his character. Because a lot of men who we deal with, that they want to confide in us and tell us things they've been through in their past. And once we get into a heated argument with them, we tell them, oh, well, you didn't do this with so and so. You didn't do this with so and so. But now you trying to do it with me. Now that doesn't even make sense. What kind of argument is that? He's telling you something that you're doing that's aggravating him, that's bothering him. Why are we not working on that? But no, we want to bring up things that have happened in the past to humiliate him. This is why you're doing it. My sisters, this is why you're doing it. And I'm going to share something with you. All you're doing is slowly chipping away your relationship. Because if you keep throwing everything that things have happened to him in his past in his face, all you're doing is chipping away the relationship. Or anything that y'all have been through, you're chipping away the marriage. Okay? I want you to understand that. Learn how to talk to this man with some respect. Learn how to talk to him and being kind. Okay? Now, I'm going to share something with you. If you know how to talk to him being kind, right? In turn, you will get it back. You see, you reap what you sow. This is real. When people say you reap what you sow, this is real. So if you reaping kind and caring into your husband, you're going to get that reciprocation back. He has no choice but to give it back to you because you're filling him. Just like when you're filling the children with kind and caring and love, okay? You have no choice but to get it back. The kids give it back. Well, it depends on how the way you train them as well. And Eyes, thank you, baby, for the $2 super chat. And I said a lot of people can't hear due to unhealed trauma. This is true. A lot of people can't hear due to unhealed trauma. That means you got to work on yourself. That means you got to work on yourself. Don't get in no relationship. That means you got to work on yourself. Okay? But the problem is that a lot of marriages fail because we don't take the time. We don't take the time to learn how to be kind to one another. A lot of marriages go down the drain all because of the words that you speak out of your mouth. Mr. Goodbread, he says, keep your mother out of your business and you will be okay. He's right about that too. And I said, let's not get what you want to hear confused with good communication. This is something I am seeing as a trend. Okay. I'm not seeing it as a trend, but okay. Black Honey says sometimes us women don't want to address our own issues and change our behavior. So we bring up something else. This is true. I do this too. I do this too. Black Honey, I have done this too. But my husband will quickly call me on it. See, you got to have a man that will call you on your ish. If you have a man who always agree with you, you'll never grow, my dear. If you have a man that will always agree with your bull crap, you will never grow. You will never grow. If you always have a man that he can never correct you when you're wrong, you will never grow. And you will never be able to become somebody's wife. Because I'm going to share something with you. We not right all the time. We are not right all the time. And a lot of women cannot walk into that. Hey, John, thank you for the Cash App yesterday. I greatly appreciate it, sir. The $20 Cash App. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. John said, here we go again. I'm at work. Let's go. Greetings and blessings. Yes, sir. How are you, King? How you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for rocking with me this morning. Now, there's a lot of women who deflect. They'll be dead ass wrong, right? But they will reflect, okay? They will turn around and say, well, this is what you did. Now, my message is for my sisters. I'm not talking to y'all brothers, but thank you for tuning in. I thank you for y'all rocking with me, okay? Because I have more men than women that rock on my channel. But my messages are really directed to my sisters. It's for them to grow. But some, I'm gonna share something with you. Some will be in following me. Some will be following me. Some will be in my chat. Some will be on some will be in my comment section. And I'm gonna share something with you. You will be agreeing with me about something that has happened. Okay, like I'm talking in a video or a reel. You'll agree with me. Okay. But then when you turn me off, you go back to the foolery that you're doing to your husband. Some of y'all don't know how to talk to this man. Some of y'all don't know how to be kind. You don't know how to release affirmations on him. Even when he's going through something, even when he's stressed out, even if he has lost his job in some way. Okay? You don't give him affirmations to tell him, baby, it's gonna be all right. You don't say it's gonna work out. Some of y'all degrade this man. Oh, why the F you lose your job like that? Oh, why you lose your job like that? Not knowing that him losing the job, it wasn't his fault. Okay? Or they just laid them off. They just decimated his department. And I'm going to share something with you. A lot of us can't even take a man being out of work for a little while. We can't. We can't. We go crazy for that. Mr. Goodbread said, let people be who they want to be so you know who you need to be. I notice a lot of relationships are built on blackmail, the other person into being who we want them to be to us. Okay, I hear you, sir. I hear you. Black Honey says, it's the part where he wants me to look at what I did instead of moving quickly past what I did. Sometimes I want to say, okay, I learned and just get past it. It hurts sometimes when he's so stern. I'm gonna share something with you. Baby, my husband is like that too. It does hurt sometimes, but I'm gonna share something with you. It helps with growth. It helps with growth. Now, what Mr. Goodbread was saying a few minutes ago, right? He's right about that as well. It's good to let people be who they are so you can see them, right? To see who they really are. This is good. But in a marriage, you're supposed to already know who this person is. So, with that being said, training has to commence. Okay. I always tell y'all that my husband trained me. See, the husband has to train the wife, and I'm going to share with you why. He has to train her to be his wife. Okay. He has to train her to be his wife, not just be trained in marriage. She has to be trained to be his wife. Okay. Now, Black Honey, you are correct, baby. I understand. Because I'm going to share something with you that be having me dying. When I say I'm sorry to my husband about something I did, he wants me to always go into detail. He always tell me that. Why are you sorry? What did you say? You know, I can't just get away with it. Just, I'm sorry. No, he doesn't do that. You got to go into detail of why you're sorry. And my husband is a humble king. He's very calm and just he just that like classic man. He just very calm and easygoing. But you got to explain why. And I'm gonna share something with you. It helps with growth, honey. It helps with growth. Take it in stride. Sometimes I'll be ready. I'll be so angry. And then I look at it and I say, and I have to look at it myself and I say, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. Because if your husband is like one of those men that he's always calm, and then when something happened and then he at you, that means you done fucked up. That's what it means. Because my king is like that. He's calm. He's calm. But in the beginning of our marriage, he was on fire. Like it was like war between me and him because he was trying to train me. But I wasn't ready. I was ready for war. I didn't want to bow down. I was ready for war. So, hey, Miss Israel, how are you, honey? So I was ready. So I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you I wasn't ready. It's time. As time went on, I understood that he was training me for our good. See, just like um um the minister um the minister always say I know I gotta say his name right, Louis Farrakhan. He always say that you cannot um you cannot protect something that you can't control. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I know if you understand, if you ever watched him before, he tells the men, you can't protect something that you can't control. Okay. So with that being said, I'm obedient to my husband. I'm obedient to him. So the way that I talk, you may not agree with what I say because I'm obedient to my husband. See, another woman who she goes rogue, she can't explain that to you. She can't explain that you have to also be obedient too. Okay. But I'm gonna share something with you. Learn how to keep it in stride, baby. You're gonna be all right. Learn how to keep it in stride. He's telling you for your good. It's not to hurt you. It's not to hurt you. And I'm gonna share something with you. After he give you the correction, go lay on him. Go lay on him. After he give you the correction, you don't have to cry or anything like that, because crying waterworks don't work. It don't work. Okay. Those waterworks don't work. When they standing on business, it don't work. Just go lay under him. Don't go on the other side of the house and trying to get upset and go rethink that thing in your mind. Because sometimes I'm gonna share something with you. Us women, we got our own cities in our head. We will take a whole conversation and make it go left. I have talked to women I have talked to women, and they have told me something about a man. Okay. And I would tell them, that does not sound right. Are you sure he said it like that? And then they would tell me, oh, I know what he said. I know what he said. And then when you get to the truth, that's not what the hell he said, because we got our own cities in our mind. And so we come out with that. We come out, whatever the city tell us, that's how we come out with. That's the announcement. Okay. Melania, how are you, baby? They need to stop taking advice from single and divorced women, especially when they have no accountability. This is true. Black Honey says, stern when pointing something out that I have done. Yes, honey, I understand. Tara, what's up, baby? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Stop lifting. Let's see. Stop lifting with ass and your wallet. She's saying stop leading with ass in your wallet, and we might have a fighting chance. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Stop making moves out of fear. These jersey reactions are a huge problem in a relationship today. Oh, knee jerky. Okay, that's what you're trying to say. Okay. Okay. Black Honey said that part. Okay. That explaining she's trying to say. I hear you. I hear you. Miss Israel says exactly. Okay, here we go. I huff. He's being right, but I be like, why he gotta be so tough? Yeah, I understand. My king is like that too. My king is like that too. Why he gotta be so tough? But I'm gonna share something with you. I'm gonna share something with you. You know how I get up here and I talk to y'all, and sometimes I get indignant, right? A lot of y'all women will come and be like, well, Mom, why you got to be so hard on us? Why you got to be so hard on us? Right? Okay. You know why I'm so hard? Because I want you to understand that it was wrong. You see what I'm saying? I want you to understand that it was wrong. Because now, if I come to you and I say, sweetie, you shouldn't be cheating on your husband. Those babies that you had, you should not be saying that he's the father of those babies. You see? You see? How easy is that? You'll come to me with every story. You see what I'm saying? You'll come to me. You'll be so easy telling me, right? You'll be like, oh, mama ain't going to have no problem with me telling her that I had screwed somebody. I had got indignant with my husband, or I had shouted at him. She not going to tell me. But that's the problem. We always want somebody to coddle us, even when we're wrong. Me too. I'm like that too. I even want to be coddled when I'm wrong. But my husband will push me away and say, nope, it's not time for coddling because you're not listening. You're not listening. And I need you to listen. So when he gets a little loud with me, you feel me? He gets a little loud with me. That makes me know, not loud and indignant, but he gets a little stern with me. That lets me know, now he don't like that. Let me back up because that's some nonsense I'm about to do. See, I talked about this a couple months ago. I was saying that you're supposed to have a healthy fear of your husband, a healthy fear. Like, I'm not saying that you're supposed to be fearful of your husband. I said a healthy fear that you know how far to go when it comes to him. Do you hear what I'm saying? You know how far to tread. Some women do not have a healthy fear of their significant other, their husband. So what happens is they can say all types of bullshit out their mouth to him and hurt his feelings. You see what I'm saying? They could just say all types of foolery to him because, first of all, they have no respect for him. See, when you don't have no respect for your husband, you could just say anything out the woodwork and that's it. And in the meantime, you don't know you're destroying the marriage. You're destroying the marriage. When you tell him you ain't shit, you ain't gonna never be shit, your daddy wasn't shit, your grandfather wasn't shit, because some of y'all go too far. Y'all say all these things. And you don't know that all this is doing is chipping away at your marriage. You understand? Miss Israel said, my husband is my teacher. You right. Black Honey said, I know he's right. I hear you. I hear you on that one, baby. Tracy says, it helps you as an individual. Taking correction and applying it is the key. This is true. This is true. Mrs. Israel says, listening but not understanding. We do that too. We listen, right? We listen, right? But sometimes we just listen to respond. Okay? I do it too. I'm guilty of it too. I listen to respond because he said something to me and I didn't like it. So now I'm ready to respond. And I didn't even hear exactly what he said. Because now when I do that, right, my king will say, repeat what I just said to you. So now I'll sit up there and I'll look at him. He said, no, repeat what I just said to you. And then I'll go and try to repeat. And he said, that means you were not listening. Let's do it one more time. And I'm going to share something with you. I watched Lost in Translation do this last night. I had to come off the camera because I was laughing so hard. He did that to somebody on the panel yesterday. And I had to come off the panel because I was laughing hard and I didn't want nobody to see me laughing. Okay. Good morning, Lost in Translation. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. So this is what I had learned with my husband. This is exactly what I had learned with my husband. When he's ready to give me correction, I sit there and I recopy what he said. Like when he said, I said, don't do this. I repeated in my head that that's exactly what he said. Because sometimes, like I told y'all, we got our own cities in our head. The word might say, don't do it, right? He said, don't do it. But when it got to your city in your head, it says, he said, you may not have to do it. You see what I'm saying? So it like switched, it turned. And that's the whole problem right there. That's the whole problem that we have in relationships. We don't want to admit when we're wrong. We don't. When we get indignant with somebody we claim we care about, it's hard for us to even apologize, to even say we're sorry, because you have in your mind that you believe you're not wrong. And then sometimes you burn the bridge, you burn it till it doesn't exist anymore. And you can't even walk across it to mend the fence because you took too long to apologize. A lot of women do this. A lot of women do it. You can do this in marriage as well. You can take so long to apologize and say you're sorry about what you said, and you will burn the whole bridge. You can't walk across that bridge. See, I'm going to share something with you in my own marriage. When I do something wrong, I don't hold it. I don't hold it. I take the correction of what he said and I walk back across the bridge and I say, I'm sorry. I say, I'm sorry. And then my husband will go into detail. Why are you sorry? So now I will go into detail with him. This is why I'm sorry. Because I'm going to share something with you. I don't like to be on the fence with my husband. See, a lot of y'all women, y'all don't mind doing that. Y'all ready to be on the fence because why? You ready to punish him with sex. I'm not gonna give you nothing. I'm not gonna sleep with you. Okay? I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna cook. I'm not gonna clean. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I don't like to be on the fence with him. I don't like us to be at war with each other. I don't. It bothers me. I'm not one of those women where I could just go and be to myself. Okay. Now, in the past, yes. Yes. In the past, yes. If you do something to me and I know in my heart that, oh, this is wrong. Okay. I know in my heart that this is wrong. You will see me hold to my fence. But in reality, I did some fucked up shit. In reality, I did some fucked up shit. And that's why he's really mad. And he was trying to correct me, but I wouldn't let him. That was the real reality. But when you got, as a woman, in your heart and mind, when you believe that he's the one that's wrong, you will stay on the fence. And while you staying on the fence, you will burn that bridge. You will burn that relationship. Even in friendship, this happens. You will burn that bridge. Okay, I hope y'all understand. I hope I'm landing well, that you understand what I'm saying. In a marriage, you got to learn how to understand that you and him are one. That no matter what, you are one. If you like people apologizing to you, he likes it. You and him are one. If you like to be kissed and caressed and hugged and given affirmations, he likes it too. Just because he's big and broad shoulders and he's always at work and he's never home, and when he comes home he's tired and everything like that, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. When he's tired and he just want to eat, this is when you go take time, make his plate, let him go ahead, take that shower, let him eat. Learn how to rub your husband down. Learn how to touch him. Be more affectionate with him. See, a lot of women think, oh, because I've been married 20 something years, he doesn't need that. That's a lie. He needs it. Learn how to start early in your marriage. He needs this affection, this touch. Now, sometimes it might go left. You might be in doggy style by the end of the conversation, but you take it in stride. Okay, take it in stride. He's your husband. So sometimes mine go left a lot, but I still continue to rub him. I still continue to caress him. I still continue to be under him. You got to learn that even when he's tired, lay under him. Even when he's tired. Hello, my dear. How are you? You're new to my channel. How you doing? Even when he's tired, caress him. Talk to him. Ask him how's his day. How's things going? What's going on at work? Okay. And I'm going to share something with you that I have learned in my marriage. Okay. Even when he had a messed up day at work, right? And somebody says some nonsense to him. I said this to y'all a couple months ago. Even when somebody says some nonsense to him and he reacted in the wrong way, that you thought he reacted in the wrong way, that is not the time to correct him while he's telling you. Okay? That's not the time. Your time is to listen and co-sign it. Do you hear me? Your time is to listen and co-sign it, right? Then you wait. You wait a couple of hours. Maybe y'all laying down in bed and he's hugging on you and you hugging on him. And then you say, baby, I know that this situation that happened at work made you angry, but I'm going to share something with you. We need you to keep that job. We know that you could have wrecked shop in that place, but we need you to keep this job. We don't need you to go to jail. You understand? So when you talk to him like that, he's going to say he knows. He's already put it in his mind. He know he need that job. He know he need that job. If he ain't got that job, how he going to take care of y'all? You hear what I'm saying? How y'all going to take care of the household together? Because one income is not enough. We all know that. You understand? So At the time of him telling you what's going on, baby, that's not the time you crucify him. You co-sign. You even get in there. If he calls somebody a motherfucker, you call him a motherfucker too. You see what I'm saying? He called the supervisor a motherfucker, you call the supervisor a motherfucker too. You agree. You agree. But then later in the midnight hour, then you talk to him and say, baby, we need this job. Calm down when you talk to this man. We know you could tear up that office, but calm down when you talk to this man. We don't want to see you in jail. You see what I'm saying? You got to learn how to talk to this man. See, some women, they immediately talk to their man like right out of the side of their mouth. Some women talk to their men like that's like they're talking to a child. You understand? Some of y'all don't have respect for y'all men at all. Hey, realistic vibe, how are you, my sister? Some of y'all don't. Y'all don't have no respect for men. And some of y'all was raised with your daddy. Some of y'all was raised with your fathers. I was not raised with mine. But some of y'all was raised with your daddies and y'all can't even keep a husband. You can't. It don't sound right. It sound crazy. It sound crazy. Let's call a spade a spade. It sound crazy. The ones who shouldn't be able to keep a husband will be the ones who don't have a daddy at all, who daddy was a weekend daddy. These are the ones that shouldn't be able to keep a husband. But I see a lot of content creators that they'll say they're divorced, but they will be bragging about their daddy. Oh, my daddy was this, my daddy was that. You see what I'm saying? And they do not have the understanding of how to treat a man. See, when you have a content creator that she uplifts men, you will hear her talk about men. She will have a kind word to say about a man. Her daddy raised her right. Her daddy raised her right. Because she saw good in her daddy. You see what I'm saying? She saw good in her daddy. But then you have some who they don't understand the assignment. They will go and burn their home down, all because the husband tried to correct her. She will go and take her 2 children and burn the house down and say, I make enough. I don't need to be bothered with him. So now she go and decimate the family. Go and decimate the family. I'm just saying. I know a lot of people going to be upset, but I'm just saying. Miss Israel says, I was raised with mine. My husband said it showed too. I see. This is when you know if her daddy, now let me share something with you. If her daddy raised her properly, do you hear what I'm saying? That he didn't just let her get away with everything. There's nothing wrong with being a daddy's girl. There's nothing wrong with that. Our girls are daddy's girls. But the daddy has to be able to correct this girl. So now when she gets in her husband's home, she won't give this man too many problems. She's going to give him some problems, but it won't be too many. You see? So a lot of women don't understand that part. And then you have some who have not been raised with their daddies, but they want to learn. They want to be a good wife. So they're open to criticism. They're open to critique. You see what I'm saying? They're open to it. And you can tell the difference. A lot of women will be on these panels talking about they married, but they will be arguing it down with some man they don't even know. Baby, this is the first warning that I always see. Good morning, Real Bravado Network. This is the first warning that I always see. If I'm on a panel with women and they go indignant, they go ham with men that they don't even know. Because just like Mr. He said, he always say, we in these small boxes. And he's right. Shout out to Mr. He said and Mr. She said. And he says, we in these small boxes. But we in these small boxes, but you don't know how to be kind to the people that you don't even know. You will get indignant and nasty with a man you have never met before in your life, but you telling me you married? Ain't no way you lying. Ain't no way you lying. Ain't no way. Even when I cut in and and I'm on a panel and I cut in, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. I apologize for that. It's just the way that you talk. Some of us have tongues like sharp knives that we could just destroy a man by the words that we speak, especially if the man had told you any secrets about something that happened to him in his past. Anytime you get mad, you can throw it in his face. I'm going to share something with you. You ain't shit. I said it. I said it. Any man who tell you their secret, something that happened to him when he was younger or in another relationship, and if you keep throwing it in his face every time you get a chance, you ain't shit. Yes, you ain't shit. This is true. And I know a lot of y'all are going to be offended by it, but if somebody tell you their secret or something that happened to them in past relationships, and every time you throwing it in their face, baby, you ain't shit. Because if he did that mess to you, you couldn't take it. You couldn't take it. Watch how the way you speak to these men. Watch how the way you speak to them. Red Lipstick Bob said, yes, they have hellfire in that mouth. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, my sister. You speaking facts. And it's sad. But you will sit up here and tell me that you married, but you will get indignant with some man you have never met in your life, only on social media. You will get so nasty and indignant. And when I see that you divorced and or separated from your husband, and you could get nasty with people on the panel that you have never met in real life, and you know what I do? I say, now I see why you separated. Now I see why you divorced. You got to hear the horror stories that these men tell me sometimes in my chat or in my private DMs. My heart breaks for them sometimes. I'm like, wow, I could never. I could never. I'm going to share with you why. I love my husband too much. I could never. I could never. Now, I'm not saying we don't get into heated arguments. We do. But we make up fast because we don't be wanting to be separated from each other. Now, one time we got into a heated argument where he had went all the way to work, and I'm home, going to work in the afternoon, and I'm home, and I'm like pacing, trying to clean up this and that, and I'm upset and everything like that. He upset, and I'm worried about him because he's driving this big truck, and I'm like, we got into a heated argument before he went to work because that's what I'm thinking. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. And he worried about me, or she gonna be going to the hospital. She got to deal with all this nonsense. And so now when he get home and we connect, and he tell me, we both saying at the same time, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, baby. And we hug, we kiss, and we go be affectionate to one another. I think this is a thing that a lot of marriages miss. We don't know how to talk to each other. You don't know how to say a kind word. Some of y'all don't even use your manners when you talk to your husband or your significant other. Thank you. I appreciate you. You welcome. Some of y'all don't even know how to do that. And even though this man by right is supposed to pay all the bills, he's supposed to provide and protect, right? Okay. There's nothing wrong with you saying, I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for paying a mortgage. Thank you for paying a light bill. Thank you for paying the water. Thank you for buying food. There's nothing wrong with you saying thank you. When I have to buy food, my husband tell me, oh, baby, thank you. You did a good job. When I have to pay the light bill, baby, thank you. You did a good job. He tells me. When I have to pay the credit card bill, thank you, baby. You did a good job. I'm glad you handled your money well. Okay? So there is a thing of learning how to use your manners. That's the thing that we miss. We don't know how to do that. Lost in Translation said, This is where I play the sprinkle. LOL. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Miss Israel said exactly teamwork. I hear you, baby. I hear you. Miss Israel said we don't like for our husbands to be upset, especially when they are out in the world working. You right. You right. Because I worry about my husband. When he driving that truck, I'm worried about him. I'm like, because if we get in a heated argument in the morning and now he got to go drive this big truck, his mind is not focused. I rarely try, I try my best to make sure we don't get into nothing. You understand? Even when I know we need to talk, I will wait until he gets home. He ate, he's calm, and I will talk to him, and it will not be in an indignant manner. I will show him respect um just when we're just being kind and caring or we're laying on each other. I will talk to my husband in a calm voice. Even if it's a situation that makes me angry, I will talk to him in a way that it shows him respect because men get it differently. See, when you shouting and screaming, "Good morning, Black Man Unfiltered. How are you, sir?" When you shouting and screaming at your husband, he's not getting it. He's not getting it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. He's not getting it. Now, I'm gonna share with you an example. Say he leave his clothes in the bathroom all the time after shower. He just leave them on the floor. So now you upset about cleaning it up instead of saying to him, "Honey, you pick up the stuff," and you say, "Honey, please, can you pick up your stuff? Can you stop leaving it in the bathroom?" Right? You just say that. You're saying it calm. You're not saying it nasty. And he look at you. He say, "Baby, I'm sorry. I was just trying to get out of the shower. I was rushing, and that's why I got left there." You see how that go? But when you go and you say, "Motherfucker, this and that," why you gotta leave everything on the floor all the motherfucking time? You see that? You see that? That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. You see? It's not gonna work. It's not. They take it differently. They don't like to be talked down to. Okay? That's even from when they're teenagers as well. That's why it's even good to have the husband take over, talk to them boys. You understand? I mean, he's already doing it anyway. He's already doing it anyway, especially if he's in the household anyway. But this is how, if you react wrongly, it can go left. That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. That's all I'm trying to say, baby. I know I'm dancing around this morning, but that's all I'm trying to say. Learn how to talk to him with a better tone, a calmer voice, not so sarcastic. Learn how to use your manners. You use your manners when you was young. You can use your manners when you're grown too. You understand? Because you talk to your boss kind, right? You got to learn how to talk to your husband kind and with respect as well. A lot of women, we miss that, especially when we've been married a long time. You know, you don't know how to touch him. You don't know how to caress him. You don't know how to get under him. You don't know how to lay in his arms. You don't know how to lay on his lap. See, that's how you keep that sexual touch, also the physical touch, and also the respect aspect of the relationship. Now, I always tell you that sexual healing is at the top. That sexual healing is at the top and it trickles down into your marriage. Okay. You still need that to be at the top. Okay. But the respect level and all that must remain there as well. See, a lot of women, we miss that part. We miss that because you've been married so long, you think you ain't supposed to be affectionate no more. You think you ain't supposed to make love to this man anymore. You understand? Oh, and I'm gonna share something with you. A lot of men can count on their fingers how many times their wife had just kissed them. A lot of men count on their fingers of how many times their wife have just kissed them. And your husband should never be able to count on his fingers of how many times that you kissed him, how many times you made love to him. He should not be able to count that. He shouldn't. He shouldn't. And I think we miss that. Because if you're affectionate to him, even Tabitha, right? This is just a little prime example Tabitha has said a couple years ago. She said that her husband never really grew up with hugging. But Tabitha is like a huggy person. She liked the hug and kiss and all that. And her husband was never raised like that. You see what I'm saying? So when she was doing it to him, he was like, this is something new for me. Like, she's always so affectionate. But what happened? He started being more affectionate to her. See, if you're affectionate to him, he's going, even if he wasn't affectionate, he's going to start being affectionate to you. I want you to understand that, my sisters. You set the tone. I don't know if I'm trying to land well, but you set the tone in the house. You set the tone. You can set the tone to be hell, or you can set the tone to be heaven. You hear what I'm saying? I hope I'm landing well with that. Isaiah said, who the hell are you talking to? See, I don't even know. Isaiah is doing too much. Isaiah, I'm not talking to you, sir. I'm not talking to you. Miss Israel said, I thank my husband every day for everything he does for me. Showing your appreciation and verbally telling him too. It's true. It's true. You got it right. Black Honey says, sure do. Sure do. I love to prepare, to pamper, compliment, and give random gifts I made. Oh, that's sweet. I like that too. I like that too. That's sweet. Now, I don't give random gifts. I do other nonsense, but I don't give random gifts. So I understand what you're saying. Walker said, you telling the truth. Walker, thank you. Thank you, sir. My number one from the beginning. You and King, my number one from the beginning. I appreciate y'all. So yeah, I just wanna share that with y'all. A lot of side chick action happens also because we don't appreciate them. A lot of that happens because of that too. It's not just the love making aspect. Sometimes it's just the way you're talking to him that make him feel like he ain't shit. I want y'all to understand that part. When you talk to him like he ain't shit, this is where this right here, this is where the side chick can succeed. But if you running around running around your house all the time, calling your husband king, I love you, you smell good, I love your beard, I love the way you look, I love the way that suit lay on you. You giving him compliments. I appreciate you. Thank you. See, this is the problem. Men are the providers, right? They're supposed to be the providers. That's it, right? So because we deem them and the Bible deems them as the provider, right? You think that you don't have to say anything to him. This is job. But that's the thing, he knows it's his job. That's the thing he know. He know. God told him this is his job. He knows that's his job. But there's nothing wrong with saying thank you. I appreciate you. There's nothing wrong with telling him you are everything to me. You know what I'm saying? You are my world. You are the blood that's in my veins. There's nothing wrong with telling him thank you. Even when he mowed the lawn. Okay? Thank you. I appreciate you. He do some type of work outside. I appreciate you. Cutting some trees down or whatever like that. Thank you, honey. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being kind. Lost in Translation said, take heed. That's the gift that keeps on giving. I'm tired of you. He said, take heed is the gift that keeps on giving. I'm tired of you, sir. Yeah, so I'm just want to put it there. I just want y'all to understand that. Melania says, that's why I try to be intimate every day, not just sex. Yes, you right, baby. You right. You still have to be intimate as well. Just that caress, the hug, the kiss, be safe. You know, tell him be safe. Before you leave the house, tell him be safe. In Jesus' name, tell him be safe. You know what I'm saying? I even say you will be safe in Jesus' name. Declare it already. Declare it already. You see what I'm saying? Declare it already. Don't even let it pass. Declare it already. I think that's the thing in marriage nowadays. We don't know how to talk. We don't know how to talk. We don't know how to be kind to one another. We don't know how to be caring. This is why marriages fail a lot as well. It's not just sex all the time why it fails. It's the way you talk to them too that will make the marriage fail. My brothers, if you're listening, this is the same thing, vice versa. Okay? If you're listening, it's the same thing. A kind word and being caring goes a long way. Like, I'm going to share something with you. Y'all hear how I talk on social media, right? Y'all see how I was getting it in yesterday, right? My king called me right after the show, and he said to me, "Girl, you just a bad girl. That show had me dying." I told him, I said, you play too much. He said, "You just got a bad mouth. I don't know. I had to talk to you about your mouth." And I started laughing. I said, "You always talk to me about my mouth." He said, "No, I need a private session with you when I get home in the afternoon." I mean, in the evening, he said, "When I get home, I'm going to need a private session." I said, "Sir, I'm always ready for a private session." He started laughing. But this is the thing. Learn how to be kind. Learn how to be affectionate. Learn how to talk to your husband with respect. This is the thing that we miss all the time. You want to know how marriages last so long? It's the respect level, the kindness, the manners. This is how marriages last so long. You be surprised. You be surprised. And then sometimes people just count a number just to count the number. They not happy. They just staying because, it's the Christian way. Y'all get that messed up all the time. It's the Christian way. And that's why you stay, so you unhappy. You're unhappy, you know. Instead of y'all trying to work on the problems that's in the marriage. Instead of working on the problem. So once he cheat, y'all ready to just decimate. Now let me share something with you. Once a husband cheat by the Bible law, right? You can just, you can leave the marriage. You have the right to. I don't encourage cheating. I had a woman yesterday tell me, "You encourage adultery." I don't. I don't. I just tell you, you have two choices, two options. Either you stay and you work on the marriage, or either you leave. But I'm going to share something with you when you leave. If you leave, when you go to the next relationship, it may happen again, because you want to know why? You don't know the cause of the cheating. You don't know why. You don't know if it was something that you were lacking. You don't know if it was something that he was lacking. So you don't want to run into the same thing again. That's why I always encourage you to try to work on your marriage. I encourage you to work. I'm not saying be a doorstep, a door stomp, or whatever like that, or a doormat. I encourage you to work on your marriage. But a lot of women will say, "Oh, I encourage adultery." I don't. I don't. But it's because you hear what you want to hear. That's why you say, "I encourage." But to the women who understand what I'm saying, we're about to close out. To the women who understand what I'm saying, take heed. Take heed to the message. Learn how to talk to him. Be kind, be caring. Affirmations. You'll get it back. Believe me, you'll get it back. All the stuff that I always speak upon my husband, he speaks it back upon me. He speaks it back upon me. I just want you to understand that part. I just want you to understand that part. I always love when my husband tell me, you a sexy big girl. And I always laugh. And I feel like a little girl when he be telling me that. You just a sexy big girl. Look at them legs. I always laugh. I'm like, especially if I have like a skirt on or something. And he be like, they just all brown and shiny. I tell him, get out of here. But he just, he makes me feel good. Like any compliment I get from my husband, it makes me feel good. See, when a man compliment me that I had just met, or even if I have known for a while, even in these Instagram streets and YouTube streets, I don't be caring about that. The affection I get and the compliments I get from my king, I be wanting that. Like I crave for that. You know what I'm saying? And if and like a couple days ago, he told me, "Oh, I ain't like that dress you had on. You looking like a grandma on your social media live, right? On my YouTube live." I told him, "No, I thought I looked good." He was like, "No, you look like a grandma." So when he came home from work, I had wore this like mini dress, and I put on like some heels and stuff, and I wore my hair down. Like I take this off and you'll just see my natural hair, and I brush it down because it's in a shortcut. And so he tells me, and I got my earrings on and everything, and he tell me, you look like candy, you smell like it. And I start laughing. I'm like, you better stop playing with me. I was like, now do I look like your grandma? He told me, no, you don't look like my grandma. So it's just, being kind, being sweet, affirmations, learn how to talk to each other. That's the point that I'm trying to make. It doesn't always have to be war between y'all. Remember, you and him are one. Understand that part. Y'all take heed to the message. Much love to you all. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for tuning in. I greatly appreciate that. Melania said, dress like a grandma for the world, dress like a prostitute for him. Yes, honey. Yes, 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 honey. I agree with you, Melania. Yes. Do that whole thing in the bedroom, honey. I agree with you. I agree with you, honey. So we done for the day. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through Cash App. You can donate through Super Chats. You can donate through badges on Instagram and Super Chats through YouTube. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubnragsfashion.com. We're legit. We pay taxes in Jersey. Okay. Also, if you want to shop merch with us, merch is available on YouTube only. Just scroll to the top. You'll see shop or store. You can check it out. Come rock with me. See what you like. Okay. Everybody have a wonderful day. And I appreciate you. Honey, before I go, let me see what you put up here. I never intend to hold on to my hurt. I just want him to trust that I want to get the lesson. My feelings just hurt. Oh, okay. Okay. You try. Okay, my dear, you got to open up your mind. I don't think he's trying to hurt you, baby. You got to open up your mind. Uh-huh. You got to open up your heart and mind and receive it, baby. Receive it. Stop looking at it as he's trying to make you feel bad because he's your husband. You are part of him. So he doesn't want you to feel bad. He just wants you to get the lesson, baby. Think of it in a different way. Don't take it from a hurtful place. All right. I learned that too. It took me many years to learn it. So you ain't going to get it fast. But just know that it's coming from a place of love when he talks to you, especially if he has never tried to lay hands on you. You know what I mean? And he's affectionate towards you. You know it's coming from a place of love. It sounds like it's coming from a place of love. That's what you're trying to tell me anyway. All right, everybody. Much love to you all. Have a wonderful day. Corey Joe, what's going on, sir? Much love to all of y'all. Instagram, I'm gonna let you out first, baby. YouTube, have a wonderful and blessed day. Okay, Miss Isaiah, take it easy, baby. Have a great one.